I'm Sergeant Phillips, and welcome to our new series, An Evening With. Tonight I'm joined by Corporal Giles. Welcome, Corporal.
Hello.
So tell us, when did you join the Air Training Corps?
I joined 2379 Dawley Squadron on the 3rd of October 2011.
Is this your local squadron?
Yes, it's around the corner from me.
What attracted you to joining?
Just all the opportunities that you have.
Name a few opportunities that you wanted to experience while you were looking to join different squadrons.
Definitely flying, obviously, because it's the Air Training Corps, that's something that stood out most. So flying and gliding was something that I really wanted to get the experience of doing.
You moved to Cosford Squadron in February 2013 after 2 years at Dawley Squadron. Throughout your time as part of this fantastic youth organisation, what is your proudest moment?
My proudest moment was definitely getting to corps in athletics. I represented the under 15 girls in javelin, and I also reached region 3 times in high jump, which was a great achievement.
That's fantastic. So for the corps, you would have had to have progressed through squadron, wing and region.
Yes.
So that's a great effort. You are very enthusiastic about sport. Is this something that you wanted to partake in, something that interested you while looking to join the Air Training Corps?
I didn't realise that you took part of so many different sports events, and when I found out that athletics was something that you took part in, it was definitely something that I wanted to do, as I've been part of it for a long time, so it's something that I really wanted to take part in.
So second to sport, what's your favourite activity?
My favourite activity is goalkeeper shooting. Just the thrill of it and the adrenaline that you get from it is brilliant.
Do you remember the first time that you experienced shooting? What did it feel like?
Well, for the 2 different rifles, it's a completely different feeling. The first one for number 8, obviously I was a bit younger then and it was a lot more scary to hold, but obviously everything's all safe. Yeah. But the R98, it's a lot more powerful, and you get like the adrenaline, as I said before, and it's really, it's a great opportunity to take part in.
And it's good, especially as you mentioned, the safety towards it, where there are strict routines. There's an actual test that you've got to pass, haven't you? A weapons handling test. So what does that test entail?
For the different rifles, obviously, one of them is harder than the other because of the more power into the rifle. The R98 test is a lot harder, and you have to go through a day's worth of training. And the number 8, I think you could probably do it in about 3 hours' time. So obviously, but you can tell by the amount of training that you have to do is how much work and how much that rifle is powerful. So
could you name the rifles available for you to actually use?
There's the LSW. There's also the L98A2 and the L81 and the number 8.
So how many of those have you used?
Just the number 8 and the L98, but I think my favourite is the L98.
What piece of advice would you give to new cadets?
Definitely to take every opportunity that is available for you, because I remember when I was a new cadet I didn't realise that all the opportunities were available to me because I was new, but all the opportunities are available to you, so just take them with your hands and go and do it, because obviously that opportunity could not come around again, so to take everything and embrace it all.
That's a great way of looking at it, especially because of the absolute massive variety of activities available. For example, just our squadron, you can do sport. As you've mentioned, you've got shooting as well. Things like this, being able to actually record videos, being able to do things like your DFE, other awards, you've got like the BTEC Public Services, also the BTEC in Music. You've also got the activities actually on the night. So, at this squadron, what would you say is the activity that you really enjoy the most, which can actually happen at this squadron?
I suppose it's something quite boring actually, but drill. I really enjoy drill, and I always have done. It's obviously not everyone's favourite, but it's something that I enjoy, and when it's made fun, it's a brilliant thing to do, and I feel proud to be part of the Air Training Corps in my uniform and doing something that everyone else is participating in.
That's fantastic. Okay, what about advice that you would give to cadets that want to join?
For cadets that want to join, I'd just say to look at all the squadrons and look at all the activities and just think, you could be doing this, and if you don't, then that's something you're going to regret. And then if you have friends that do it and they do all these opportunities that you're not taking part in, then you're the one missing out, and you should just go and take it. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you, but at least give it a go, give it a shot.
Is this something you'd say is really good to put on your CV, actually being part of the Air Training Corps?
Yeah, I think it's a really good thing to put on your CV, and it's something that could help you potentially a lot when being separated to get a job. It teaches you so many skills that obviously school can't teach you and that home can't teach you, and it's not just to be into the RAF or the Army or Navy or the Marines. It's something that can help you in any job, because it shows skills that you could use in a job, like teamwork and discipline, and it just shows that you're better than everyone else. Really.
Exactly. Most people seem to believe that as soon as you join the Air Cadets, you've got to go onto the RAF or some form of military organisation. But really, I'll use myself as an example. I don't want to join the RAF or any military organisation. I joined because of the activities available, the different opportunities that you can do and take part in, that you can't do all of them in other youth organisations, such as flying.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing how you can do that for free, part of the Air Training Corps. Do you have a memory that sticks in your head which sums up your time as an Air Cadet?
Just a memory that I will always remember is Western Park. It was a brilliant opportunity, and I would make sure that I did it every single year, no matter what. It was something that was so important. You met up with loads of other squadrons, and it was over a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so you spent 2 nights camping over, and the skills that you learn, and obviously working with the public, and it's just such a nice thing to do. And some of the jobs that you do, obviously some of you will think that it's not that great, but car parking you can make it so much fun, and you can have such a great laugh, and it's great opportunity.
So you got promoted from cadet to corporal in early 2014. What do you believe that you have done in the Air Cadets which basically got you noticed, that got you and earned that promotion?
I think the sport is definitely something that has got me noticed, because it's a great achievement, and I'm not afraid to say that. And it's not just because I do sport that has got me promoted, so anyone that potentially wants to be a corporal, you don't just need to do sport to get promoted. Just make sure you get yourself noticed and make yourself stand out from everybody else.
So, since you've been promoted, how much has changed? You, as a person attending cadets.
I have more responsibility.
So, what do you believe is the main skill that you, as a NCO, need?
I think personally it's just a skill to listen. Listen.
Okay.
I think listen is just listen to what everybody has to say, and if you listen to other people, then they're going to listen to you. It's all, like I normally say, it's like a tug of war.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Some people believe that you've already got to have the skills that you're going to then use as an NCO, but most of the time you need some basic skills, but a lot of the skills you actually learn whilst you are that rank. For example, leadership, you need that as a basic skill to get promoted, but yet you still develop that while during your time as an NCO. And that, again, going back to what you're saying about the different skills that you can get out of being part of the ATC, that's a big part, isn't it, in everyday life. So, since you have been promoted, continue with some of the things that you have done that you wouldn't have been able to do as a cadet, such as, have you done any speeches or any other awards since then, or any activities that you've been able to take part in?
When I got promoted, it is something that you can take part in as a cadet, but when I got promoted to corporal, I did take part in my NCO course, which obviously helped me a lot to be an NCO and how I should act and be towards the cadets. And I also did do a speech at presentation evening about dining in night.
Yes, okay. Mentioning the NCO course, so obviously because you're a corporal, you do the junior NCO course, but then to progress onto the sergeant, flight sergeant and the cadet warrant officer, you do the senior NCO course. What does the junior NCO course entail? What does it involve? And is it mainly to help you for new skills, things like that, for when you become that rank, or is it some of it to build on what you already have, the basic skills that you already have?
If you already have the skills, it's obviously there to build on them, but if you don't have the skills at all, it obviously does help a lot to improve the skills to give you a better chance of being promoted. It entails an exam on briefing, and you'll get tested to do a brief, and they test how confident you are. Also, you get assessed on drill, which is something that I enjoyed a lot. You get inspected on your uniform to keep up to a good standard, obviously, as that's what you need to be an NCO, and also leadership, which obviously is a massive part of being an NCO, to be able to lead. So that was a great thing to do.
Did that course help you?
I think it did, yeah, and I did quite well on the course, so I think I've done quite well.
Would you say that obviously there's areas that you learn new things, but is it, for certain areas, it is a good refresher for things that you may have forgotten or things that you already know but you don't know how to put them into the ATC?
Yeah, I was alright at leadership, but doing the leadership on the NCO course has improved my leadership skills a lot, and I did well. I think I've done quite well.
So what about qualifications? Have you earned any during your time in the ATC?
During my time in the ATC, I've gained my first aid badge, which was brilliant. Also my squadron marksman, which is the first level of shooting, and I was very, very close to getting to my wing, but unfortunately I didn't get that. Also my band badge for obviously band and completing 3 parades, which was brilliant. And I'm making my way up to senior cadet now.
As you just mentioned, one of the qualifications that you can get out of being part of this organisation is first aid. Obviously that can be really helpful outside of cadets, but also later on in life. What did you take out of that? How would you use them?
Well, I didn't really know anything about first aid at all, but everything that I learnt in my first aid course I took into account and have had to use, and obviously I'm really proud of that I can help people that need help.
So to end, would you do all of it again?
Definitely. Everything. I'd do it all again, just for the opportunity. I don't really want it to end, but at some point it will.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for this interview.
It's okay.
So you, as viewers, have the opportunity to vote who you would like me to interview next. You can choose from Flight Sergeant Frost, Sergeant Street and Corporal Majaria. Remember to vote in the comment section below.
Okay, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the like and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Remember that you can sign up and receive email notifications when we publish a new video. To sign up, visit www.po.st/sign me up.